Welcome to the weekly forecast. My name is Adina. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and in these weekly forecast videos, I go over the energy and the astrology for the week ahead. In this video, we will be going over the energy and the astrology for May 8th to the 14th of 2023. Now, before I get into the energy that we are moving into, I like to touch on and go over some of the energy that we are coming out of. We just experienced that really intense lunar eclipse in Scorpio, May 5th. We now have Venus in Cancer, which is really a lovely energy. So I want to talk about this energy before we move into the weekly energies. So that lunar eclipse in Scorpio was intense. This lunar eclipse was really bringing up situations, experiences, and people that were just no longer in alignment with us. And so this can really feel challenging, where there's things brought to our attention, to our awareness, that forces us to have to really look at the situation for what it is and realize that this is just no longer in alignment with me. And this is happening because I've been going over this a lot too. When the North Node moves into Aries, this is really all about this new self-discovery journey, self-empowerment, and really discovering who you are and stepping into that new version of yourself. And so before this can happen, you have to clear out all that old stagnant energy. And I keep getting this vision of like glue, where there's these energetic attachments that are holding us down. So every time we try to ascend or move forward, it's almost pulling us back. And this lunar eclipse in Scorpio was clearing that out for us so that we can release it, move on, and finally be able to step into this new version of you. So that's what I really feel like we're moving through. And I think we will continue to move through that energy through May. We have some other activations, which I will get into in next week's video, with Jupiter activating the solar eclipse in Aries, that point, that 29th degree of Aries. So Jupiter reaches that point. So May 14th, 15th, and 16th is when this solar eclipse point will be activated. And so I will get into this more in next week's video, but pay attention to what you were moving through over that solar eclipse in Aries around April 19th and 20th. What showed up for you? What were you moving through? Because there's more to that story coming up as we move through May. And because that eclipse point is being activated, it's reactivating that energy. And then so we will be moving through that into June. Now let's talk about Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer is really a lovely energy because Venus is all about our relationships, our personal connections, and what we truly love, need, want, and desire. Being in Cancer, which is a very nurturing sign, this is really having us want to connect emotionally or develop these more intense emotional connections with our relationships that we currently have, or develop new connections with those that we now know are in alignment with us. Sorry, I had to close my window. There's a dog barking. So yeah, we're wanting to either grow on the relationships that we now know are in alignment and expand on the ones that are in our life, or form new connections with new people that we've attracted into our life that are on that same frequency and on that same vibration. So this is really all about Venus in Cancer. This energy is really all about developing those nurturing, feel-good kind of relationships, because Venus in Cancer wants to feel good. It's all about feeling good, feeling safe, feeling secure, connecting with your emotions and your feelings, and feeling nurtured. So this is an energy that we will be moving through and developing with our connections. This is also an energy where we will be creating and wanting to step into these new ventures and follow our aspirations towards those things that feel good to us that just click. So whether it is a new business or whatever it is, just something new that you've been thinking about, or some intuitive download that's been coming to you in this new direction that you're moving in, you're going to want to expand on that. So I really love this because this is a time where we can really become in tune with our intuitive downloads, but those that are making us feel good, being able to connect and expand on those ventures and aspirations to bring into our new journey. Now let's get into the forecast for the week ahead. So on Monday, we have the sun. Later on in Monday and into Tuesday, we have the sun forming a conjunction to Uranus and Taurus. And this can really bring in some spontaneous insight. So you really want to pay attention to what is showing up for you and what is coming in for you intuitively. This can really bring it. This is actually a great time to meditate and listen to your frequencies and manifest, because you will be getting these intuitive insights and downloads that will be bringing in these new ideas to guide you into the new direction that you are moving into. So I really love this. Now, where this energy can become a little bit difficult is if you are, this sometimes can show up as anxiety. So we do want to be this is really a good time to ground if you struggle with anxiety. This can feel like it's really hard to settle because it is Uranus, and Uranus does have to do with the electrical systems within our body. However, with the sun coming in, it's bringing in light and insight. And so Uranus is the great awakener as well. So I want to throw that in there too. So this could actually even show up as this other step in this awakening process for you. So be mindful, see what's showing up for you Monday and Tuesday with this conjunction between the sun and Uranus, because I love this energy for bringing in insight to help guide you towards this new step on your journey. And then we have on Wednesday, Tuesday, we have Saturn forming a sextile to Mercury retrograde. So it is a sextile. It's not like a huge aspect, but what this can bring in is Saturn is all about foundations. And so this can really bring in some type of opportunity or insight towards an opportunity if something shows up for you, because it's Mercury retrograde. There actually may even be confusion around it is Mercury retrograde. So it depends on if you are a natal Mercury retrograde. I find I'm a natal Mercury retrograde person, and I find that I get a lot of intuitive downloads and creative downloads and ideas through Mercury retrograde. So this can bring in some type of idea that can really be foundational and long-lived because it's Saturn. So pay attention again to what is showing up, and this will be around that same time of that Sun-Uranus conjunction. Now, we also have on Wednesday, Venus aspecting the nodes. So this is nice for developing something towards, like, the nodes are very karmic, very fated. And so this all has to do with your purpose, with your journey. So this is a time where you may really be feeling like you're finally ready to let go of the old, because the south node is the old and Venus is forming a trine to the south node, which is allowing us to easily let go of whatever it is we have to let go of. And the sextile to the north node is saying, paying attention to the opportunities coming in or ideas coming in and saying, okay, I'm going to act on this. So pay attention to what is showing up at that time. This is Wednesday, because this can be something really beautiful that is guiding you into this new step on your journey. I know I say that all the time, but when I'm reading, or not reading, but when I'm going through the astrology, I'm also using my intuition. And there is so much stuff right now around self-development, self-exploration, and really realizing who we are and starting this new journey. There's so much energy. And at least for me, that's how I am meant to use my abilities and astrology to help guide you. And so I do talk a lot about journey, but that's kind of what my purpose and my mission is to help you all on your spiritual journey and figure out, use your chart to help guide you and work with your energy that is natural to you and the flow in your chart that is you. And so I'm kind of getting off topic here now, talking about birth charts, but I'm obviously meant to say it, so I'm going to say it. So your birth chart is it's a way to really become in touch with who you are and work with your energy instead of against your energy. We all have natural ways of moving through life. And if we don't know or understand what those natural ways are, sometimes we can go through life completely working against our natural energy and way of moving through life. So your birth chart really helps you understand the natural energy that you are and that you are working with. Okay, now back onto the forecast. On Friday, we will have Venus form a trine to Saturn and sextile Mercury retrograde. So Venus is doing a lot this week. Venus is shift into Cancer, and there's a lot going on with Venus. And so this week, there is a lot of really figuring out and diving into what you truly want to do, what you desire. And it's like that lunar eclipse allowed us to release and let go of what just was no longer serving us, what was no longer in alignment. And this week, with this new Venus energy coming in, is all about us really getting back in touch with what we want, what we desire, what we love. What are these new things that we want to bring into our life? This new energy, these new relationships. And that is really what a lot of this energy is this week. Venus is very busy. There's a lot of energy around Venus. She's aspecting the node. She's aspecting Mercury retrograde. She's also aspecting Saturn in these positive ways. And so pay attention. And this is even just coming to me now. It's like the insight we get with the sun forming a conjunction to Uranus is bringing an insight, and then we will feel this urge to act on it. So pay attention to what is showing up for you, because this is going to give you an idea and help guide you towards what the path you should be on now and what you should be moving towards. And this can show up for all of us differently. And of course, you always do what feels right for you. If you have that intuitive knowing and you know what that click is, when something just clicks intuitively, go with that, because there's so much energy that if we act on that and if we go with it with what feels right, because Saturn, this is like long lived. This is something that is truly foundational that we can really stick with and move with for a long time, that is going to last. And then on Sunday, we have Mercury stationing direct. So we are in our last week of Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury is moving closer. Mercury stationed retrograde at 15 degrees and is moving back to 5 degrees. So Mercury retrograde is also moving closer to the North Node at 3 and 4 degrees. So Mercury will station direct at 5 degrees. And I believe at that point, the North Node will be at 3 degrees. So this is only 2 degrees away from the North Node. So this is a lot of energy about your direction that you should be moving in. The North Node is the direction we are moving into, that magnetic energy that is really pulling us. So with Mercury stationing direct, just a few degrees away from the North Node, this is really bringing in information, communication, insight, ideas on this next step that you want to take in your journey. And so this is on Sunday. This is also around the same time that Jupiter is going to hit that 29th degree point and activate that solar eclipse energy, which is all about self-empowerment, self-discovery, this new version of ourselves that we are going to be moving into over the next 18 to 20 months. So I am also working on a video going over the nodes shifting signs, so make sure you watch for that. I will be posting that very, very soon, and I will also be posting a video about Jupiter in Taurus, because I will get into that energy next week, because Jupiter enters Taurus on the 16th. So we only have one more week of Jupiter in Aries. So we really want to take advantage of this Jupiter and Aries energy, really drawing and magnetizing, bringing those things into our life in the Aries area of our chart. So if you don't know your birth chart, or if you would love a birth chart reading and you're looking for a one-on-one consultation with me, I put all my links in the description of the video. So you can connect with me, you can email me. I do one-on-one consultations and I can go over your energy with you. And it's usually, my consultations are usually more like they're readings, so like they're birth chart readings, but they're also like intuitive spiritual coaching sessions as well. So I would love to connect with you if you have any questions about the energy this week. I think I'm going to start posting more videos on here when I'm guided. I do come on and put intuitive messages every once in a while. And I'm also working on my Taurus Moon podcast. So I am so grateful to have you all with me, and thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will connect with you in the next one.